Hey guys, it's Leo Stargazer. Today is Friday, August 11th, and I am here with our daily astrological reading. Today, the moon moves into Cancer. And that's it. That's all I see happening today. The moon here is pulling focus on to Cancer, onto what part of your life, what house you have in Cancer in particular will kind of affect what I'm talking about today, but in general, on themes of nurturing and a little bit about self-protection, definitely nurturing. I want you today to think back to the new moon we had in Cancer. We'll have a new moon in Leo coming up next week. The last new moon we had was in Cancer, and so the moon's back. And I want us to really think about what intention we set during that new moon. I want us to think how that intention came to fruition, if it did, or where in process you are with that intention. If you remember, that intention had a lot to do with nurturing, how you provide nurturing to yourself and how that helps you provide nurturing to others. I want today for you to remind yourself of that as you begin to set your intention for the new moon in Leo. So what I want us to do is I want us to think about nurturing a lot today. I want us to think about what we've learned about nurturing. Also what we've learned about nurturing ourselves in particular as we've been going through this detail-focused review period. I want us to think about how we're tying all of that into nurturing ourselves. And then because the next new moon will be in Leo and we're going to be setting potentially new intentions or enhancing our current intentions with a sense of leadership, pride, warmth, things like that. So what I want you to do today is I want you to think about how nurturing yourself, how that process ties in not only to the reviews you've been on, but how that process can help you inject a sense of, or imbue a sense of passionate pride and shine outward. Basically, how can you bring your internal nurturing and focus? How can you translate that into some kind of leadership? How can you transfer the knowledge you've learned about how you nurture yourself? How can you transfer that to nurturing others? From a sense of pride, from a sense of leadership, from a sense of shining outward. Imbuing nurturing with warmth. Imbuing a sense of nurturing with joy, even. But most importantly, reviewing how you nurture today, how you nurture yourself. Reviewing how you do that and how that can transfer to others. The main thing I really want us to focus on is how our internal sense of nurture, how we nurture ourselves, how we've learned since the last new moon in Cancer, where the moon is again today. What we learned about that, how we can take what we've learned about how we nurture ourselves and start to set our intentions for the next new moon around this idea of sharing that nurturing with others. In particular, how we can do that from a sense of leadership. How our sense of pride in what we've learned, our ownership of how we nurture ourselves, the successes we've had there, how we can lead towards an ability to nurture others, but from a position of self-trust and pride. To keep it more simple, think today about what you know about how you nurture yourself, and then use that to help you set your intention for the next new moon in order to help others. Whatever your intention is or will be for this upcoming new moon, underlie all of that with a sense of nurturing others. Earlier in the week, we were really focusing internally. We were thinking about and maybe actually expressing that. It's that same vibe today, just all in one. It's what is that inner focus? Look at yourself there. How do you nurture? And then how can you nurture others? How do you express nurturing? But from a place of leadership. The new moon will be in Leo. So lead with pride. warmth, and joy. And that's the best way to nurture yourself and others. Try to start locking into an intention, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.